Hi, and welcome to Josh and Tim Talk Sports. I'm Tim Shire, and sitting in for Josh.
I am Joey Schneider.
And we're going to talk today, we're going to talk about the Cavs, we're going to talk about the Guardians, and we're going to talk about who on the Browns roster right now are Hall of Fame candidates. Or Hall of Fame locks, because I saw a tweet yesterday where someone said a guy on the Browns was a lock, and I was like, he is not a lock yet. But we'll talk about that after. Let's talk about the Cavs. They made moves.
Some moves that I think I'm higher on the most.
They signed LeVert to a multi-year contract. And
kind of had to do it.
Yeah, which I think is good. We're getting a little rain here right now. I think we're pretty good. So if you hear it, that's what you hear. We have LeVert got signed. And
we picked up George Niang.
They made it. Yeah, they did. They signed him. And then they made a trade. They traded Jetty Osman and Lamar Stevens. Is there, Joey, can I ask you a question real quick? Is there rain getting on by the camera? Is there anything getting on there?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. You
just want everyone to see my pretty
We don't
face.
have a technical producer here today or anything, so it's kind of, we're playing it by ear. They traded for Max Struss from Miami. They traded Osman and Lamar Stevens. A bunch of and with the Spurs, and a bunch of picks went everywhere. So, people complained last year about, Osman didn't give enough, which I disagree with. I wish he'd have played him more. Covering the team, my biggest problem with J.B. Bickerstaff was his use of his bench. I think the use of his bench really needs to be questioned by people.
I think that is actually something that was questioned. More than anything, I think that's something that was questioned from JB. He obviously, he has that core. He's got Donovan Mitchell, he's got Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, but we didn't have a starting wing. We were moving different people into that wing position. I mean, there was times Dean Wade started. There was times Okoro started, LeVert started. I think Stevens even started a few times. So there was just never any continuity.
And that was the problem, though, too. Stevens started a few times.
Right.
But then there'd be 2 weeks where he didn't play at all.
Exactly. But getting back, not only was there not continuity on the starting lineup as far as the wing spot went, but then when you go to the bench, you're thinking to yourself, in certain situations, how are you not going? The team's not going. Why are you not trying to put someone sparks?
And
somewhere?
I also think sometimes, he'd use injuries as an excuse. They had some injuries last year, but they didn't have a lot of injuries that were sustained long term.
Kevin Love was injured.
Yeah, and then what'd they do? He got rid of him. Yeah. Never played him again.
Only went to the NBA Finals.
And I'm not
was productive.
That's fine, and I'm glad for him. And he re-signed with them, I see.
Oh yeah.
So, but I just think that he needs to learn how to use his bench better.
I think that this actually might be these signings, along with they also signed
Ty Jerome
from Golden State.
People are acting like that's an amazing signing.
It's a good signing.
It's a good signing.
It's not a game changer.
But this guy was a two-way contract last year with Golden State.
Right, but there's and I've said this a lot of times, and I'll say the drafts in today's NBA. You're going to find guys who are undrafted. Who can
I think when they shrunk it to 2 rounds.
Who can turn into...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, go back to you can go 15 years ago. You weren't finding guys in the late first,
That's true.
second round or anyone undrafted. But you go now and you're finding guys in the late second round and guys undrafted guys.
Yeah.
One being Max Strus, who come out, play their hearts out, and end up being really solid players. Are any of them going to ever be all stars and superstars? Time will tell. But I think that as far as moving as the NBA is moving forward, I think you're finding a lot better players and a lot better value later on in the draft than you ever had before.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think a 2-round draft that's not a lot.
No,
I
think it's more than enough though.
There's a lot of guys out there. The union agreed to it years ago.
Yeah.
So that was the early '90s, I think, is when it got cut to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll see. I mean, they signed, they just officially announced the trade. I got an email before the show about the Levert with Struss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had to wait till a certain date. So, they officially announced it. That's good over there. So, I mean, I did they upgrade? I think they upgraded.
I think
he has to execute that.
I also like the pickup. Well, I should say they traded for Damian Jones from the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
The Cavs really needed an actual backup big man. Now, I love Robin Lopez. I love Captain Hook. He was fun when he went in, but he was definitely a victory.
Oh yeah,
he was a victory cigar.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Damian Jones is going to he can give you 8 to 10 minutes every single game. You can give Mobley a rest. He's 6'11", he's 245. He's a big body.
Yeah.
He's not afraid of contact. Is he a game changer? Again, no. But he's a serviceable player who can give your stars resting minutes.
Which they need.
Which they absolutely needed.
So, a lot of people are saying that Mitchell's going to leave when his contract's up. I don't want to act like I don't like the guy, because he didn't do anything for anyone not to like him, but it wouldn't really bother me.
I don't think we're going to get to the...
How much better were they with him?
They weren't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that the Cavs are going to let him walk. I think that if after this season, he will probably request to be traded, and that's if that's what he wants. If he's willing to re-sign a long-term contract, I say you sign him immediately.
Yeah.
Because how many stars are you going to get in Cleveland? That was a lot of
water leakage.
Yeah, it's coming down.
Yeah, it is.
We're bringing the show to you. Rain.
Yeah. Yeah, rain or shine.
Or snow.
Hopefully we don't get electrocuted.
Little hail, even today.
So, let's move on to the Guardians.
Let's move on to the Guardians.
They won one of the 3 games against Atlanta. They were in the first game. They were not in last night's game.
No.
Because of the same problem. Cal Quantrill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw the post-game interview.
I did not actually.
Oh my! Every excuse in the book.
Well,
why he pitched bad.
It seems like when the veterans pitch bad, there's a lot more excuses than there need to be. It should be.
With him, there's always excuses.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. I pitch like crap, or he pitched like crap, and that should be the end.
Yes. And even Bieber makes excuses. Like it's like. I had a friend of mine today, okay?
Yeah.
A friend of mine today who has covered the team since he's been involved. Colorado. I don't know what that's doing. It's like it's spitting.
It's accumulating and then coming down. It's coming on the front and Tim's side. Nothing from my side or the back.
I hope it doesn't come off the back.
That's why I was looking back and going, should we move that forward?
I'm going to do one thing real quick. Keep him entertained for a second, Joey.
You know what? Actually, and this gives me the perfect time. I am a big fan of. I am a big fan of the Max Juice deal. I am a big fan of the Max Juice deal. Okay. I think he's a huge upgrade for the Cavs. Okay. Didn't get a chance to say that.
There we go with the little.
The good thing the mic's not back there because that would sound terrible.
So, I'm getting wet here. I'll tell you what. I picked the wrong spot.
I think you one little bit back and you're probably good.
Well, whatever. So, this is live TV. Or live YouTube.
Anything can happen.
But, I'm just sick of the excuses from Quantrill.
Absolutely. Well, I think that I'm sick of the excuses, period, for a lot of the pitchers from last year. You know, Quantrill, Savali, Bieber. I just think that, you know what, if you're pitching bad, you're getting rocked. Obviously, something's not going right. Whether it's your velo, your spin rate, you're hanging your curveballs. You don't have command. Whatever it may be, there's no excuse. It's a fundamental problem.
And that's a good team.
Yeah.
The Braves are a really good team. They're a really good team.
There is no weakness on that team.
But you were terrible.
Oh,
and I love, Matt Underwood trying to justify it near the end of the game too. But not to put a rosy look at it or whatever he said.
There is no rosy look.
But he did pitch better after giving up those 5 runs early. Your team was down 5-0 because you couldn't get outs. Mm-hmm. Don't give me this. No.
I'm okay with.
He's a major league pitcher.
He's a former Cy Young winner. I'm okay with that excuse for someone like Gavin Williams.
Yes.
If in like the first 2 innings, you give up 4, but then you go out into the next 5 innings, you give up nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, you settled in. You're getting the rhythm of everything. I'm okay with that. If it was Logan Allen or Gavin Williams or Tanner Bybee, viable excuse.
Yeah.
For a former Cy Young winner or Cal Quantrill, who was, they were considered one of the better pitchers in the league.
He was a first-round pick, right?
Even though he was number 3.
He was a first-round pick, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
But I mean, you were talking. He's
got that pedigree, Joey.
Yeah, he was the number 3 pitcher on the team, and the only team that was.
There was nobody throwing up behind the camera.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. And the 2 pitchers above him are Tristan McKenzie, who obviously we have no idea.
Sometimes watching this show, people might throw up.
Now with these faces.
But yeah, like Tristan. Yeah, oh boy, that definitely would be a trip to the mental ward, maybe. But so, yeah, I'm so sick of his excuses. And Bo Naylor's struggling, but he was gonna struggle.
Oh yeah,
he struggled at every level when he moved up, but then once he got adjusted to the level, he's done really well.
I think that he's further along as a catcher than I thought he would be as a hitter at this point right now.
He's a better catcher than I thought he would be.
Yeah, I thought that he would be hitting the ball way better than he is catching, but he's doing a heck of a job as behind the plate.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's just every time he's
takes
moved
time.
up, he hits in that 150, 200, or 250, and then all of a sudden he'll
get
season.
It.
Yeah,
and he'll be fine.
And
who knows? This series might be the thing he needs.
I will say this.
Let's hope.
I will say this, and no one wants to give this man credit, but I'm going to say it right here. David Fry might be the best utility player in all of Major League Baseball.
Well, I know he's the best utility player on the Guardians. That's for sure.
mean, he's hitting almost 300. He can play every position on the field. He even threw a scoreless pitching.
Has David Fry become the utility guy because he's done a great job? Or is it because Gabriel Arias is so far in Francona's doghouse that they've built a wall in front of him?
I think it's because he's done a great job. I mean, you can't deny. I mean, he's played right field.
Could be both.
Yeah, he's played right field. He's played first base. He's played third base. He's played catcher. Like I said, he threw a scoreless inning pitching. I know that.
I'm getting sick of the position players pitching now. It's become too much.
For me, it's okay.
I enjoyed watching it last year when Albert Pujols did it. And gave up a home run.
That was last year was way too much. But every
little payback there.
Every now and again, it's fun to watch because at that point the game's over. The players are just having fun and.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, so I'm okay with it once.
And the looks on their faces when they come up to bat,
right?
Like I can't fail here.
Right.
If I fail, it's bad. and the pitchers, like the guys that are pitching, like it's true. I guess sometimes I just feel like I know the Guardians got destroyed in that game where he pitched, and they're tweeting about it after the Guardians are, and I'm like, okay, I guess you're trying to take something positive out of this game. But I've been a fan for a long time, and we lost. That's all that matters. We lost.
Right.
I want,
Yeah.
So.
But I think that David Fry needs a shout out. I mean.
Yeah. He's done well. I almost picked him up in my fantasy league.
I mean, he's not an everyday
to use
player.
him on a Sunday because I needed a couple hits.
Right. I mean, but the fact that the guy's hitting over 300. I mean, how many guys play?
Pretty much gets a hit every time.
How many guys play right field, third base, and catcher, and can do
first
it all
base
well.
too? He can play first
and first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, heck of a player.
He plays first base and doesn't drop the ball or he moves after it. Unlike that utility guy that's now in Milwaukee. He's starting to slump.
Oh yeah.
Owen Miller. He's starting to slump.
Oh yeah.
I have nothing against Owen Miller as a person. I hear he's a really nice person, but he's not gonna hit more than 250.
And he's always had a tendency to kind of start off hot.
Yes.
And everyone's like, "Oh my God, the Owen
Oh
Miller,
yeah.
this Owen Miller."
Oh, remember when he was at Columbus?
Oh, I remember when he
in
was
2021.
I remember when he was in Cleveland, and I think
Oh.
he hit 4 homers in the first 8 games.
Oh.
Everyone's like, "Oh, he's going to hit 40 homers this
He's
year."
going to be the greatest. Oh yeah.
He was going to have a Brooke Jacoby type season.
I wonder. We won't name names. Who tweeted about that kind of stuff? We're not going to name names. I've been blocked by the person. But don't worry, I still see their tweets.
We all do. We all do.
I still see them. Francona's the greatest manager.
When they win, and he's
Guardians
and he needs to get rid of them when they lose.
But he's the greatest manager they've had.
Yeah.
Since I can't judge Lou Boudreau or Tris Speaker or Nap Lashaway because I wasn't here.
Right.
But Francona's pretty darn good.
Hall of Fame coach.
This
is my biggest problem with most fans, most Guardians fans, especially on Twitter, because as you know, and you pointed out in the past, I'm active on Twitter. My problem is Terry Francona has forgot more about baseball than every single person. I would say 99.99% of people on Twitter.
Oh, and that person that blocked me likes to make it like I'm saying it because she's a woman. That's such a joke.
No, it's not even. It's not just one person.
You're right. No, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them
who want Terry Francona's head. Let me ask, and I think you may have said this the last time. Let me ask you a question. If we did not have Terry Francona, can you name me a coach?
Manager. They get angry.
Manager.
They get angry.
Yeah. Can you name me a manager available right now who you think is anywhere near Terry Francona's level?
No.
Exactly.
A lot of people think Joe Madden, but I don't like Joe Madden. I don't think he's as smart as they make him.
I think that Terry Francona knows the personnel. He knows who's in the minors. He knows when they move up, what he has. He puts people in certain situations, and there's players. And I'll tell you what, this is a name that gets brought up a lot. Is Tyler Freeman?
Yeah.
Everyone's screaming.
I like Tyler Freeman a lot.
Play Tyler.
I wish
Freeman
he'd play more.
I think that it's just because he's trying to bring him along slowly. If you look at what Tyler Freeman's hitting, I don't know how many games he's played. I want to say it's maybe 15-ish around that number, but he's hitting like 350. So does that mean that he'd hit 350 if Francona played him every game? Or is Francona putting him in the best spots available to allow him to succeed? So,
I think he could be a 300 major league hitter. But
I do too, but what I'm saying is I think that Francona is putting him in the games where he has the best opportunity to succeed.
Now, it's possible he could play quite a bit this next 4 games.
Yeah.
I think that, are there times I disagree with Francona? But Francona knows more than me. And as I told a mother at a youth game last night, she just wondered why the coach took her son out. And, I actually kind of wondered why they took him out too. But as I told her, I said I covered pro baseball for a lot of years. And I said, and the saying is, nobody knows their team like the manager. He knows his team best. So that's why I don't question a lot. These people on Twitter don't know what's going on in that locker room or what goes on at batting practice or extra work.
Right.
Who's doing the extra work? You know?
Apparently
They don't know.
Apparently not Gabriel Arias.
I have a feeling he isn't. You know, I have a feeling he comes at the time he's supposed to. Doesn't come early. Probably doesn't listen to Jose Ramirez.
Like
are you kidding me? Are you kidding? How could you? What? Like, come on.
Yeah, some of these young kids, they know everything.
Oh, they do. They know everything.
Just like certain Twitter users who block people.
That's for sure. Yeah. You know, that's okay.
You've forgotten more about baseball than I.
It's just, you know, and it's because I covered it. That's why I know I had to tell. I told somebody about that in the Guardians Facebook group yesterday. Mm-hmm. He tried to, you know, say I didn't. You know, all you do is you act like you know everything. No, I said, most of what I repeat and the philosophies I have come from former major leaguers, major league general managers, major league managers who I've talked to.
And you've also been, you know, a journalist, a sports writer for almost 30 years.
But I learned from these people by talking to them.
Right.
They're used. The farm director sat by me almost every day at Classic Park when he was here.
Oh,
He's the GM of the Blue Jays now, Ross Atkins. I learned so much from him. Did I agree with everything he did player-wise? No. Sometimes I thought they should move players up quicker, but they didn't. But he knew his system. But he told me things I never thought about. And those are a lot of things I'll repeat in these groups. And fans that just want to make a judgment, they don't want to hear it.
Right.
They
want instant gratification and not want to hear about all the work that goes into these players getting to where they're at.
And there's so many things that go into a decision of what that starting lineup is.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, everyone wants people to, you know, they hit the minors, they do well, and then they move up and they're a generational talent.
Well, I think we also have a football mentality in Cleveland.
Oh,
where you should play immediately if you get drafted.
Yeah, well,
play 20 games in the minor leagues and come up.
That's not. You know what? I think that's every sport in Cleveland because look at the Cavs. They drafted Amoni Bates in the second round, small forward. And everyone's like, oh, he's the next LeBron. Who's saying that outside?
But then you have the other side where people are saying,
no one's saying that.
G League guy. They drafted a G League guy.
Maybe.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So Lamar Stevens was in the G League.
Yeah.
Wasn't
the
real D Wade was in the G League?
You had the number 3 pick, Scoot Henderson. Wasn't he in? Was he in Ignite?
Yeah.
Basically, G League.
Exactly. People People ask me a lot, like after the NFL draft. What'd you think of the Buccaneers draft? And my answer, at least for the last 10 years or more, has been and will remain, I'll tell you in November.
Yeah.
Because we've played 8 games at least, and then I'll be able to judge a little bit about a guy.
You know what? Unless that person is, has absolutely shown out, I even like to go further and say, I'll tell you in a couple of years.
Yeah, because it's really, you never know. Mm-hmm. Could I have told a good example? After the draft that Mahomes was drafted in. Yeah, November wasn't good enough.
I believe it was the Baker draft, wasn't it?
Was it the same draft?
I think so.
It might have been.
Don't quote me on that.
He played the last game of the season. He didn't play until the last game of the season.
Right.
So I couldn't have judged him in November even. Right. So people just need to understand that every sport you can't judge on draft night. Mm-hmm. It's just dumb.
No.
He might have been the year before.
He was the Fields draft.
No. I think he was either Mayfield year or the year before.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember. I know he was a 10th pick out of Texas Tech.
So
I do real quick. I do want to say how kind of cool is it now? And this is not Guardians related. I just kind of want to.
Okay, we'll move on.
It's baseball related. Yeah. Me and you got a chance to see a guy who I think at least it could be a generational talent. Elly De La Cruz.
Oh yeah,
played last year.
Oh yeah,
in the minors.
No, there's a group I'm in. You should go in. You should get in it on Facebook. Baseball Nostalgia Now. Mm-hmm. Great conversations in there. and someone posted a post about him, like yesterday, about their records 20-7 since he came up.
Mm-hmm.
They were under 500 before he came up. And I was the first one to comment. And I said, yeah, I saw him play when he was with Dayton against Lake County, covered him, and I said, it was a pain in the butt because multiple hit games every night, having to spell that name over and over again. The guy is really good.
He's very good.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just kind of fun to kind of see that. It's
pretty cool.
Rapid ascension
Yeah.
in such a short amount of time.
Like I remember,
From high
and there's a
eight,
lot of guys like, you did it 1 year, okay, and you got to see him.
absolutely.
That's pretty cool. You got to
Right,
see him,
yeah.
and you'll be able to tell your grandchildren someday when he's ready to retire. I saw that guy before he even got to the big leagues.
Yeah.
But I can remember, and now he's near the end of his career. Andrew McCutcheon,
Oh.
West Virginia Power. What a nice kid. He had the long hair.
Yeah.
What a nice kid he was. He's such a nice kid. And there were just so many that came through that you got to talk to. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's awesome when you see them do well.
Right.
When you see them do well.
Tanner Bybee was another
Oh
one.
yeah, look, Gavin Williams.
yeah.
Will. Logan Allen.
I tried for so long to get Gavin the Great as his nickname.
But how
but it wouldn't stick
crazy!
with it.
How crazy is that they were here and it was such a short time. Now they're up.
Yeah.
Xavier Curry came through.
Yeah.
Hunter Gaddis. Who else? Shane Bieber, Aaron Savali, McKenzie.
I wasn't there for,
Zach Plesac.
Wasn't there for any of those guys.
Zach Plesac. Plesac was not there long. He was not there that long.
Neither was Williams though.
Neither was Bieber.
Neither-
Savali, I believe, was there almost the whole season.
Bybee
But you
was-
knew.
Bybee
You
was-
knew he was going to be good.
Bobby wasn't there long either. He was only there half the season.
Savali's a tactician. He's going to outthink you. And that's what I like about him. I like guys like that. So we got about 3 minutes left here. So let's debate this. Who on the current Cleveland Browns roster are Hall of Famers? I'll say mine. I'll say mine.
There are 3 answers.
I think there's 2 locks.
2 locks and one that,
depending
on
could
this
be.
year, will probably be.
And one that could be. Well, you know what? Now that you think about it, no, I think there's 3.
I'm
I think there's 3.
Me and you have the same 3.
I think there's 3 locks.
And we have not talked
and there
about
could
this.
be, and there could be a 4th.
Ooh.
3 locks, I believe, are Myles Garrett,
Agreed.
Nicholas Chubb.
Agreed.
I don't know if that's his real first name, but
it is
I'm going
Nicholas
to call
Chubb.
it that because I like him. And I really think Amari Cooper's Hall of Famer.
Ooh, I didn't think about Cooper. That's not even.
My 4th, who I think could be, I just think he needs to play a little longer, is Joe Bitonio.
I think he's. That's who my 3rd
You
lock
think so?
is.
Okay.
I think that he is the Joe Thomas of now's era. I think that.
So you agree pretty much on you said you forgot about Cooper.
I forgot about
But
Cooper.
so Garrett, Chubb, and Bitonio are yours?
I think Chubb still needs one more very good year
Yeah,
before he.
but I think he will.
Before I would consider
I
him a
think he
lock. But he is. I mean, he's the best running back the Browns have had.
He's the best running back in the
since Jim
NFL.
Brown.
I don't care what anyone says. He's the best running back.
I agree 100%. And then Garrett 100%. I think Bitonio 100%. I think that he got a couple years with Thomas to learn, and he really has taken over that that leadership role, and he's been good for 10, 12 years now.
Well, 5 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pro. That's pretty good. But let's remember, Thomas had 9 All-Pro and 9 Pro Bowls or 10 Pro Bowls.
Right, but it's all.
But not everybody's Joe Thomas.
Right.
It was really
5
good.
and 5 is.
Yeah.
Still really.
But
that's
Doug Deacon's not in the Hall of Fame. Doug Deacon
either's Clay Matthews
was really, really good. Oh, but that is just terrible.
It is.
That is just terrible.
I do believe that Joe Bitonio is a lock. I do think Amari Cooper if he still needs, I think, 2 more seasons of 1,000 yards, and I think that he could probably be Pro Bowl.
I think and I'll say it right now. I think they got a lot of good talent. We're gonna go over 30. That's okay. They got a lot of good talent, but they may not have as many Pro Bowlers right now as the Browns, the Buccaneers. Mike Evans is a lock. Godwin could be.
Potentially, I don't
could
know.
be.
I don't
He's got to
know.
stay healthy more.
He's got to stay healthy, and he's getting up there too.
I mean, Levante David possibly,
I don't know about that.
but I don't know. You know what That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
It's hard.
They got a lot of good guys.
It's
You know what I mean?
see and one of my biggest
And it's too early to say anything about a lineman. It was drafted the same year as the Browns lineman.
Which Browns lineman?
Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, Tristan.
Buccaneers. Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, that's you're talking about.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's
really
really good.
But it's too early.
He's a possibility.
Yeah.
But I think that,
A lot of Buccaneers fans don't like him, though.
That's really.
They're nuts. They're nuts.
If you're good, you should be liked. Especially.
I know.
But I think that the Hall of Fame right now, I think most Hall of Fames is what's the criteria? Because it just seems like some Hall of Fames everyone gets in, other Hall of Fames no one gets in, and then other guys get in that should have no business getting in, and it's.
I just thought of something, Joey. People say I rip Browns fans a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who did I just say are nuts?
Buccaneers fan.
I did, didn't I?
Well, it's
whoa, there it is. So I ripped the fan base.
It's not
that I believe in.
It's every fan. Every NFL fan base is crazy.
Look, I created a Buccaneers fan group the year Tom Brady got to Tampa because I couldn't stand listening to Buccaneers fans, and there were a lot of them, Joey. They should have kept Winston
instead of one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
And also, I formed the group because to get those Tom Brady only fans out. I didn't want them around.
Do you consider Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time? Or are you a Joe Montana
I'm
guy?
still Joe Montana.
I'm a Joe Montana
I
guy.
love Joe Montana.
Oh
my God,
and
I love Peyton Manning. I think Drew Brees is amazing. I like Drew Brees at Purdue.
I would put Tom Brady at number 2, but Joe Montana he had it, and it's not,
Joe Montana, as the young people like to say now. Joe Montana was him, right?
Oh God, I just cringe.
He could run down the field and put his hand up and say, "I am him."
Joe Montana was, and it's not. I hate being one of those nostalgia guys because.
No, but I watched him. I don't know, but you probably, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, wow. Wow. Did he ever get nervous? Wasn't one of his nicknames is Joe Cool, right?
Joe Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then, of course,
never looked nervous.
Then Burrow had to steal it. That's why.
But I like Burrow. I like Burrow.
I can't stand Burrow.
Because
Burrow
but you're a diehard Browns fan, so you
honestly,
should not like the division guys.
I am a diehard Browns fan, but I'm impartial. I talk to so many people from so many fan bases, and I'm not as toxic with the Browns.
Oh gosh,
as I am with Ohio State. I've never been to Michigan, nor will I go to Michigan.
I was there in 1985.
That is how awful I am everyone knows Ohio State's the most toxic fan base, and I wear it proudly.
Oh, it is. They're like the Yankees fan base.
Oh, I wear it proudly too.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, we're awful human beings.
My Lord.
We are terrible.
Yeah.
Michigan is such nice fans. I hate it. Breaks my heart to say that. Such nice fans.
But I think we're gonna have to end this thing.
I know.
We've talked about a lot of stuff.
We did.
So, Josh, I believe we'll be back next week from the Vegas trip. We can hear about that a little bit. Cal Quantrill just went on the DL again. Or the IL. Politically correct. IL.
Shocked.
I'm stunned. It says place Cal Quantrill on the 15-day IL, shoulder inflammation, and bruised ego.
Is it also hurt feelings?
Bruised ego, yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, he's a nice person, though. He is. He does a lot of work for orphans. But
being a good person and being a great pitcher are not the same thing.
But you know what? Being a good person helps you when you're a terrible pitcher because people like me will be less hard on you.
Oh, I won't. I'll be.
Yeah, I'll be less hard on you.
I will be equally.
But you know what? I think that's it for this week.
Yes,
we survived the rain, Joey.
We did.
So
this show is brought to you in the middle of
we will probably
rain.
unplug this stuff and close the set down and get electrocuted.
Absolutely.
But if the show isn't up tonight, then you'll know what happened.
I'm praying. I'm kind of hoping for it.
But Joey will end this by clicking on it after I say goodbye. I'm Tim Shire. We'll talk to you next week.